Okay, what if the question is asking us to multiply fractions? Here we have 3 over 10 times 5 over 6. What should we do in this case? Well, unlike adding or subtracting fractions, whenever we are trying to multiply fractions, we don't need to get the LCD. Once again, whenever we are trying to multiply fractions, we do not need to worry about if the denominators is the same or not. In fact, to multiply fractions, it's actually easier because we can just multiply across. And that is, we can just multiply the numerators together and then over, and then we multiply the denominators together. And let's make that happen for this question. So 3 over 10 times 5 over 6. The first thing that we do is we just do 3 times 5, and that will give us 15. And that's over 10 times 6. That will give us 60. But then this is not the answer yet, because we have to check if this is reducible or not. We have to think about a number that goes into 15 and the same number goes into 60. Do not use 1 though, because 1 will always work, but then 1 can never reduce a number. 15 is not an even number, so we know 2 will not work. We know 3 will work. 3 goes into 15 5 times, and 3 goes into 60 20 times. So I'm going to divide the top by 3 and then also the bottom by 3. 15 divided by 3, that will be 5. 60 divided by 3, that will be 20. You see, that's how we reduce fractions. We think about a number that goes into the top and the same number goes into the bottom. Anyways, here we have 5 over 20. But then this is not the final answer neither, because once again, we can reduce this fraction. 5 over 20, what goes into 5 and the same number goes into 20? Well, we know in this case, we're not going to use 1, but then 5 will work because 5 goes into 5 once, and then 5 goes into 20 4 times. So we will divide the top by 5 and also divide the bottom by 5. 5 divided by 5, that will give us 1. 20 divided by 5, that will give us 4. And then whenever we see a 1, we are done for sure. Finally, the answer will be 1 over 4, and that's the answer when we multiply 3 over 10 by 5 over 6. As you can see, we multiply first and then we reduce, right? There's another way we can do it. Let me just write this down. This is just another approach. Instead of multiply first and then reduce, we can also reduce first and then multiply. And let me demonstrate that right here real quick. Same question, 3 over 10 times 5 over 6. Instead of multiply across right away, I will look at the 3 first and I will try to reduce the 3 with any of the numbers on the bottom. Can I reduce 3 and then 10? Not really. How about 3 and then 6? Yes, we can, because we know 3 goes into 3 once and 3 goes into 6 twice. This time I'm not going to write down the division symbol. I'm just going to think about this in my head. We know 3 goes into 3 once, so cross this out and put this 1. And 3 goes into 6 twice, so cross the 6 out and then put a 2. Alright, so we are done because we see the 1, right? And now I move to the 5. Can I reduce the 5 and the 10? Yes, we can, because 5 goes into 5 once and 5 goes into 10 twice. You see, that's pretty much what we can do in terms of reduce the fractions. And then at the end, we multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1 over 2 times 2, that will give us 4. As you can see, they are the same answer. So the idea is this: either you multiply across first and then reduce, or you reduce first and then multiply across. At the end, you should get the same answer. Which way do you guys like better? Let me know. That's it though.